All right, now is the hard part. I have never done anything like this before, so I'm a bit nervous. As you seen, I did the exhaust, extended travel, rear end, some other BS stuff, brackets and stuff, but I've never had to make a panel, a shape, and then weld it. So if it breaks, it breaks. So this is the game plan. So you guys seen the brackets, or not the brackets, the templates. I just got some online metal sheet, just plain sheet. So what I'm gonna do is use that template you guys seen from the last one. I'll put it in here too, but what I'm gonna do is trace that out on the sheet, and then I'm gonna use the welding table and some clamp. Yeah. All right. Wish me luck. Sorry about the washer dryer. Trying to multitask. So let's get to it. Finishing up the template, cutting the back corners off. They're not needed. There's sheet metal there already. So transferring this over to sheet, just using a Sharpie. Use the jigsaw. I wish I had a bandsaw, but you got to make do with what you got. It works, super sketch, but it does work. I'll also use the shears. You don't really see it here, but so I'm going to test fit it in the car. And you know when you learn something and then you don't pay attention to it? I told myself don't use the grinder, and I used it anyways, and I got what I sewed. So filling a big gap like that is no fun. It works. You can see once it cleaned up, it's still a decent weld. There's still metal there. It's not, it just looks ugly, you know? So later on, I cleaned it up with the grinder. It does look a little better. This past the driver's side was just a hot mess. You see there, it's cleared. It's all polished out at one piece. Looks good. It'll look great when it's painted. It's got full penetration. There's no holes and all that. So I then cut the back. I sprayed a little bit of weld through primer because there's metal on metal. Grinding the edges down just to match them up. You see the corners are sunk in. If you look at the template, same thing. Plate I got from 10 some shit. It's on Summit. It's everywhere. The front works. The back does not work. The back has like a step to it. I don't know where the hell it is. Oh, right here. So that has a step. It would work. You have to run your motor as far forward as you can, or not run a 1350 or have the transmission angled down, which would suck because then your pinion's got to be down hella far. So what I did was, because I wanted the motor as far back as I could, cut this brace out, added a separate brace that's thinner. It's higher than the original one. You could get away with it. A lot of people just beat the little brace in, but it's still super close when you do that. On the floor, like on the ground without a hoist, sucks. Here's the bottom. It's decent. First time. Would I like it to have been better? Yeah, but I don't have the fab skills like that. And then this piece right here, the floor was like gone. The story I was going to tell you about that. So my cousins owned this car before me. My cousin's lady, I go over to his house one day, and I'm walking up the driveway, and I look at the bell, and she's standing in the driver's side of the bell with the water hose on full blast in the car. Okay, I'm like, hey, we'll leave names out, but what are you doing? She's like, I'm just watering the Chevelle. And she's like all over the dashboard, down the vents, like all on the seats in the back, just watering the Chevelle. I'm like, okay. She's like, yeah. So So I run upstairs. I'm like, yo, cousin, your lady's out there like watering the Chevelle. He's like, what? I'm like, bruh, she's pouring water in the Chevelle, like full water hose in the car. So he runs downstairs, fucking screaming and hollering. You know, my cousin's a strapping young man, you know, attractive dude, you feel me? Big ass monster dude too. So you can kind of figure out what got him in trouble there, but supposedly, you know, innocent until proven guilty. But yeah, there's a giant rust hole on the fucking floor, and that's why we had spent hella time, every towel in the house trying to dry up as much as we could, but obviously we didn't get all of it. So the driver's side floor is good, but yeah, I had to put that stupid little patch in there. But I mean, I'd rather have the patch. It made no sense to, okay, let me do this steel and then leave that. That's fucking dumb. So that is way better than this. That's what came out of it. Yeah, so that's why I had to put that patch in there. So I don't know if you can see the light coming through there and there. Not much down here, but there's some up top. That's a rib nut, but what I'm gonna do is patch those little holes so and grind them back down smooth. So like you can see, the rest of this is fairly smooth out, so when it's painted it won't look like shit. Still probably gonna look like shit, but it'll be covered with sound deadening and carpet anyway, so don't really care. Back to it. Okay, so I don't know if you can tell, but you see there's no light now. See, like up there, there's no light coming through. You see the light, I got the light laying down there, so if there was light coming through, those holes, light would come through. Some of that stuff is rotted. I probably should have cut it out. Truthfully, it felt good, but once you start welding on it, it's a whole nother issue. So you see, no light. I think it worked better using the template than just trying to come up with nothing out of thin air, you know. Gave me somewhere to start with. So. And then the shifter hole, I took measurements. So those are measurements from the side. Each side of the body, and then from here, so tell me where the shifter hole is. But yeah, it came out good. I gotta pull all this old boom mat, it's a DEI boom mat, out and then lay new ones. I'm still gonna have to weld in these plates for the seat belts, but I have to do the back. So what I think I'm gonna do is do these power windows first, and then I'll get to the actual